So I guess it's AI art time. Because, yeah. I was surprised we came up with a new controversy the other day, but now a whole other bunch of people are jumping on the bandwagon that I jumped on first without giving me any credit. Huh? Looking at you, Jack Lost Lore Scholar. Anyways, AI art has bubbled to the top of the controversy waterfall again, which that sentence doesn't make any sense. We're taking away work from real artists. I don't think real artists have to worry about AI art until AI art gets fingers right. So we've covered this one before. I'm not going to really say anything that isn't new or different. So here's some pretty scenery. One, if you can draw. Do your own art, even if it's squiggly little lines with eyeballs. As long as it carries across the idea somewhat, great. Two, if you know somebody who can draw and you can get them to do the work for you, great. Do it. Please do it. Support them. Three, if you don't know anybody who will do the art for you, pay somebody to do the art for you. You know, there's hundreds of starving artists on Fiverr and art sites and Etsy and Pinterest who will, do a quick sketch for you for $5. I heard some other guy say the other day that he was like somebody was going to charge him $3,000 to do the cover of his product. I'm like, nobody's going to charge you $3,000 to do the cover of your product, dude. No artist. No, I'm sorry. Even if it was like Jeff D would not, or Bruce Timm or Earl Ortis, none of those guys would be like, oh yeah, I'll do the cover of your crappy table role-playing game for $3,000. What would you, GM? No, maybe $1,000, but not $3,000. It's a tabletop role-playing game. But yeah, find somebody on Fiverr who will come close to what you pictured in your brain. If you can't do Fiverr, do clip art. Do, what should we call it? Stock art. Hundreds of artists have stuff on Drive-Thru where, you can buy fantasy art pack for 10, 15, 20 bucks, right? My friend Rob Necronomicon, shout out to Rob Necronomicon, does tons of art. I know lots of other people who have art packs. I use Storn for a lot of my superhero art. That is stock art. Real life stock art also. There's a lot of real life stock art you can get for no money whatsoever. The Smithsonian, the Library of Congress, lots of museums, lots of libraries. There's a lot of, like animal pictures of elephants and tigers and stuff that nobody owns the rights to, that you can use as long as you acknowledge the site you get it from. I think this is the point in the art discussion when we take a moment to remind everybody to acknowledge and give credit to the people who did the art. You need to shout them out in your credits, whatever. You can't just use people's art and not let people know. And you definitely can't use other people's watermarked art because that's just dumb. And I can't believe there's still people out there who are using watermarked art in their product. And you can see the watermark. But OGGM, there's a watermark. And yes, I know, because I want people to support that site. So yeah, but I mean, I don't claim it as my own. The watermark is there. Anyways, yeah. If you're going to use other people's art, stock art, whatever, whether it's from an individual or a site like Etsy or whatever, acknowledge them. Let people know. Howdy, that you took the art from them. All right, so we've done your own art. I can't draw. Okay, well, do you know somebody who can draw? Yes, great. No. Okay, do you have enough money to hire somebody on Fiverr or another site to do it? One, yes, great. Two, no. Okay, fine. Can you afford $5 for stock art? $3 for clip art? $1 from a picture from the Smithsonian? I mean, it doesn't have to be a masterpiece if it's just a picture of a monkey, right? Or a car. Public domain art. There's tons of public domain art from the 40s, the 30s, the 50s, the 60s, before copyright ever became a thing. There's tons of public domain characters that you can use. Sherlock Holmes, public domain. The Wizard of Oz, public domain. Popeye, public domain. Steamboat Willie, public domain. Superman, I think next year, public domain. So yeah, public domain. Okay, I have a very specific thing I want to get, like, I don't know, a pink-haired supervillain trying to find elves in bikinis. Well, there's nobody's drawing that. I have to do that with AI art. Okay, fine. If you have to do AI art, fine. Acknowledge that you used AI art. Recognize that, yeah, I can use AI art. I'm using AI art because I can't find or pay somebody to do what I want. And then, most importantly, if you're gonna do AI art, find your own AI art voice. I notice a lot of people are using AI art that looks the same. Now, 4 years ago, when we first started doing AI art, sure, I could understand why a lot of our stuff looked the same. But now, the AI art is so good and so intuitive that there's no reason for everybody to start looking the same. That's just lazy. If you're going to use AI art, find your voice. Okay? So let's compare two people who we know blatantly use AI art. Corpse King and myself. There is a definite difference between the AI art that Corpse King does and the AI art. Hi, Bert, are you lost? Art that I does. We each have found our own AI voice. My artwork, through the series of prompts I've found and the series of references and the sometimes hour it takes me to throw prompts at the program until I get it as close to what I want, and then playing with it in Canva or whatever, has a very distinct voice. You know, we've got the pictures with tag and all the goofy situations I'm putting her in. We've got the goblins. We've got Kid Sidekick. We've got the various characters, and each one of them has a very distinct look. My look is very anime. It's very bright. I use lots of bright colors. It's a little whimsical. It's over the top. It's consistent. My AI art has a consistent voice. You will know looking at all the characters in Tales from the Pogs War or whatever, or my upcoming projects, that when I used AI art, it's a very distinct voice. Same with other people who have developed a AI art voice, so that you recognize that art is, well, it's AI, but it's their AI art voice. And in that AI art voice is, you know, specific to them, and they've developed a style that you associate with them. So, yeah. But then also, acknowledge that you used AI art. So I think that should bring the AI art thing to an end. Look, I wish we could all draw. Lord knows I wish I could draw. Even half as good as some of these people. And there's a lot of people out there who are like, well, I can't draw. I was like, I've seen some pretty awful art that's still getting used. So maybe you can draw. I don't know. I mean, in some cases, I don't think the stakes are that high. I mean, the cover of the game, maybe. Some of the splash pages of the game, maybe. But the generic just run through the game, fill in the empty spots art, it doesn't have to be Marvel Comics quality. Not that, I mean, let's face it, there's some Marvel Comics art that's really awful. So, yeah. Maybe, you know, maybe you can draw and you just don't know. Hell, I don't use enough of my own hand-drawn stuff, and I really should. Anyways, yeah. But we have to acknowledge that AI art exists, and it's a tool. And it's a tool we can get better at. AI art today looks way better than it did a month ago, a year ago, 4 years ago. It's also much more easy to spot bad AI art. Looking at you, Wizards of the Coast. Looking at you, Paizo. And good AI art, you know. Will AI art ever be good as a real artist? replace real artists? Well, as with any entertainment technology, it depends on how well it adapts to one certain type. And that's PON. Yes, like with Beta, VHS, Laserdisc, videotape, DVD, the internet, PON leads the way on technology. So, whichever PON grabs AI art and manages to make it a customizable, adaptable, usable technology will lead the way. So as long as no one figures out how to do AI PON, oh wait, here's an ad for AI PON, and I guess Melody has been doing AI PON for years. So yeah, sorry guys, there's AI PON now, so you can't. It rins until somebody can come up with a better technology. Because as with any technology in the entertainment or any industry, the second it shows titties, that's the one that wins. And that's what we have to compete with. But trust me, if I could draw half as good as some of the people I see, yeah, my art would be all hand drawn. Because there's things in my mind that AI still doesn't get 100% right? There's plenty of times when even after 20, 30 minutes, I've gone, well, it's close enough. But like, I would love to do a comic strip. I don't see AI art doing a comic strip yet. What I would have to do to get the programming together to have an AI art comic book. So yeah, we know we're going to use AI art. We know people are using AI art. You have to acknowledge that you're using AI art. Don't deny it. Give credit to the AI art sites that you use. Don't use other people's AI art or clip art or stock art without giving them credit. If you're going to take pictures of elephants from wildlife sites and you see the little watermark on it, either pay the fucking 50 cents to get the piece of work without the watermark, or be sleazy and use the computer to remove the watermark. Don't leave the watermark in the art. But I don't know if this is an argument anymore. I know there's people who's going to be like, oh, AI art is taking money out of real artists. No, we would all love to be able to support real artists. And if some real artist came to me and said, this is what I'll charge you, 20, 30, 50 bucks as a picture, I'd be like, that's worth it. I can cover that for a cover. I can cover that for splash pages. For interior art, I don't need, clip art's fine. Stock art's fine. Pictures of elephants are fine. Pictures of guns are fine. So yeah, that's the AI art argument, I guess. And before yesterday, I would have been like, don't worry about it. AI art will never take the place of real artists because there's always going to be some flaw. There's always going to be that uncanny valley. Until I saw that there was AI PON available. And I was like, oh, I guess now we should worry about AI art. Because look what PON did for every other entertainment media. Anyways, I feel like I'm just recycling a topic we've already talked about, and I'm sure it'll bubble up to the top again, and there's going to be somebody who disagrees with me about AI art no matter what. So again, I would just say, look, if you can sketch something that looks even reasonably close to what you're trying to, somebody left food out for an animal, get across, go for it. Or pay somebody, or buy some stock art, or use some royalty-free public domain art. There's a lot of royalty-free public domain art, guys, especially of animals and vehicles and stuff from before copyright became a thing. Stuff from the 40s, stuff from the 50s, stuff from the 60s. Stuff from the 20s, stuff from the 1800s. Cthulhu, public domain. Sherlock Holmes, public domain. Tarzan, public domain. James Bond, public domain. Superman, public domain in 2027. Steampunk Willie in public domain. Winnie the Pooh, public domain. So, I mean, there's stuff you can use and not get in trouble. So yeah, I got nothing else to say. I'm just spitballing to justify this walk I'm taking. Howdy. Because that's when I do my best thinking, is when I'm walking with you guys. So thanks for taking time out of your day to enjoy what little bit of sunshine we have. This is my summer. Okay, this like 20-minute block we get every day around 2 when the early morning fog finally blows off, but the afternoon evening fog hasn't come over the hill yet, but you can just see it. This is what a summer at a beach town in late July looks like. 90% fog, about an hour and a half of perfect weather, and then fog. This is my hour and a half of perfect weather, and I'm sharing it with you. Alright, so yeah, beep 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 10101 SOS. My name is Killjoy, AI Art, bloody bloody bloody.